Hey guys, I'm Michael Cheap with Mike'sGuitarLessons.com, and today we're going to be learning Hurts So Good by John Mellencamp. That was the intro right there, and that's what we're going to learn. And first of all, I want to explain what you're going to be doing with some of these power chords that we're going to use at the beginning. It's palm muting. If you don't already know what palm muting is, it's basically where you take the palm of your hand, this part of your right hand, and you barely touch the strings back here by the bridge. So instead of getting these kind of notes that keep ringing, you actually get a muted sound, but you still hear the notes. Okay? And we're going to do that with some of our power chords. So you want to practice that. Now, if you're already familiar with that, you can go ahead and continue learning this part. Let's go ahead and get started with that. We're going to start off with an open on the D string and the A string, but they're both going to be palm muted. Now, the D and the A string are the fourth and the fifth strings from the bottom. If you don't know the strings already, it's E, B, G, D, A, and E. Okay, so open on the D and the A, palm muted, and then you're going to play an A power chord. What that is take your first finger and put it on the second fret of the D string, and also play the A open. Okay? Let me get my timer started here so I don't go too long. Okay, so you have your A power chord, and it's not muted. You just let it ring, so it's going to sound like this. Okay? Then you're going to have the D and the A string open again, palm muted. And now you're going to play an E power chord. That's going to be first finger on the second fret of the A string and open on the E string. Okay? Now that chord doesn't ring as long. You're going to stop it from ringing pretty quickly. So the whole thing's going to sound like this. Okay? Now we're going to go further now. You're going back to open on the D and open on the A, palm muted. And then you play an A power chord again. Okay? And now you're going to play a palm muted D string. Okay, just the D string. And then you're going to your E power chord again, and you're going to play it palm muted 3 times in a row really quick. So like, okay? So let me play through that far through the song so you can kind of see how it fits together. Okay, I'll go a little bit slower. Okay? Should have muted that a little bit more, but that's up to where we've learned. Now you're going to have another open on the thick E string. Then you're going to play open on the E string and the B string. Those are these two skinniest strings here. And I usually just play my E string open and then go up. I play it down there and then go up with my pick to hit the E and the B. And then 2 more on the thick E string. And then an A power chord. So that last little part is, okay? All right? Okay, that's the first part of the intro. Now the most recognizable part is coming up right here. So you should really be able to recognize this part. Kind of looks like a D chord, you know, when you play it, but it's not. D chord would be right there. Okay, and here's how it sounds. There we go. Okay, basically get the idea. Now here's what we're going to play. I want you to take your middle finger or second finger and put it on the third fret of the B string. Okay, that's going to be your highest note in the chord. You're going to take your third finger and put it on the fourth fret of the G string, and take your first finger and put it on the second fret of the D string. And you can also include the open A here. I usually just include it on all these chords. Okay? So open, second, fourth, and third. And we don't play the E string, the skinny E string here. Okay? Now you're going to play that chord 3 times in a row. Okay? And then you're going to switch to an A chord. But instead of fingering the A chord like this, like you may have learned the correct way, we're just going to use one finger here and bar it. So you take your first finger and press down on the B string in the 2nd fret, the G string in the 2nd fret, and the D string in the 2nd fret. And of course the A is still open as well. Okay, so it's still those 4 strings. Okay? You just strum it once like that, so it's going to sound like this. Okay? As you can see, I'm just using these 2 fingers to play my other notes. And then I pick those up because my first finger's already there. Okay? Then I have an open on the A string, and I usually try to mute that one, so open on the A string, and then your first finger is going to go to the 2nd fret of the G string, and your 3rd finger is going to go to the 4th fret of the D string. Okay, after that one, then I let my first finger go across the G string and the D string in the 2nd fret. I play that. Then I play an open on the thick E string. And I use my first finger to play 2nd fret on the E string and barely bend that note up. Okay? Not even a half step, just maybe like a quarter step. So it won't even make this note right here. It'll barely just kind of be in between. And then I play an A power chord. And remember that A power chord is 2nd fret on the D string and open on the A string. Okay? So it sounds like this. Okay? So okay? And when I come around, you're going to play that 4 times in a row. When I come around, usually I try to add another A, muted A note right there, open, again before I start the riff. Okay? So it's like, or okay? Now, that's basically the intro that I wanted to show you. I hope wasn't too confusing for you. If you want to check out the other videos, I will finish this song on my website, and that's www.mikesguitarlessons.com. And